Dan Gilbert and Darius Garland got Cavs fans fired up with what they had to say after the Cavaliers got blown out in Game 4 Sunday and have one more opportunity to stay alive in the NBA playoffs as Game 5 is Tuesday night against the Indiana Pacers. Hey everybody, Billy BB back with you on Cavs Digest. Still upset from Sunday's loss. Really, really tough one. We'll talk about my feelings heading into Game 5. Some narratives going on. What Garland and Gilbert said, pretty similar. I hear a lot with different teams, with the Cavs, so on and so forth. I'll give my feelings today, but of course we always want to hear from you. That's the best reason to subscribe. That's the best reason to drop down into the comments. Whether the season keeps going here or whether some things come up, we're going to have a lot to talk about with the Cleveland Cavaliers. So you want to be tuned in, you want to be subscribed, and you want to be commenting. Starting things off, the Cavaliers, as I said, they head to Game 5 with the Indiana Pacers, and Dan Gilbert, after the Game 4 loss, brings up the iconic, the stick with Cleveland forever. I know this will have meaning forever, that iconic 3-1 lead. Hey, Cavs fans, yes, it was an ugly one, but we've been here before. It's time to go get go get 3 in a row, 2 coming home. And let's start with Game 5 on Tuesday. Look, we're going to play devil's advocate here. I'm going to be split on both sides, okay? As far as the Cavaliers winning, as far as getting excited, that 3-1, that mention of the 3-1 constantly gets Cavs fans fired up, especially for Dan Gilbert, who owned the team during that time and still does, of course. Tristan Thompson, the only remaining member from that team who actually technically left and came back. But this, in my opinion, is a different group. We'll jump into that in just a second. I want to get to Darius Garland's comments after the game also.
We've been through adversity plenty of times. Just not even this year. This group been together for a couple years now, so been through a lot of adversity the last 3 years together, with all of us just together. So this franchise done it before. So we've seen it done before. This group is always competing at a high level. It doesn't matter what circumstance it is, if we're losing, if we're winning. So go out there with a chip on our shoulder and a lot of desperation. And that's what we have to do. Got to keep that in our mind and see where that goes.
Okay, so a couple different feelings about the Cavaliers coming back, the 3-1, whatever you want to put with it. I want to start with the national media. Game finishes, Cavaliers get absolutely thumped on Sunday night. Charles Barkley on TNT comes out and he says, hey, I think if the Cavaliers can win Game 5, the pressure will be on Indiana in Game 6, and then anything, of course, we know can happen in Game 7, and it's back in Cleveland. I respect that. I've also seen other media members, Sam Amico, who I have a lot of respect for, who's covered the Cavaliers for a while now. He said he's still got the Cavs. Vegas still has the Cavs. It doesn't matter to them what they've lost. It doesn't matter to them that, Indiana dominated on Sunday, not just won, but dominated. And now you're at a 3-1 point. For me, I want to go to the fans. The fans love the 3-1 thing, okay? And maybe you do. You can drop down in the comments. Is that a big thing for you? Hey, 3-1, we've done it before. It gets me excited, gets me jacked up. I'm a guy, if it gets you pumped, if it gets you excited, if it brings energy to your life, go for it. Embrace it. Get on it. I think a lot of Cavs fans like that. They do it every year when the Cavaliers fall down 3-1 to teams. They loved it. We've been here before. We'll do it again. I remember the 2017 finals. People just immediately, we've been down 3-1. We can come back. We can do it. I understand. And if that gets you excited, like I just said, feel free to jump on that train, ride that train. It'll give you a ton of belief in this team. It'll make for a lot of fun during the comeback. And of course, I root for the Cavaliers to come back. It's good for content. It's good for Cleveland. It's good for me as a fan and whatever. And I will say, as far as 3-1 goes, more teams, especially recently, the Nuggets did it twice in the past 5 years. More teams have come back from 3-1 outside the finals. So first round, second round, conference finals, More teams have done it. You'd be surprised. I think it's 13 in the past 25 years or something like that. Nuggets have done it a couple times in the past few years. So it's doable. It's definitely doable. And yes, Cleveland has that history with it. And as I said, if it gets you excited, if it gets you going, hop on, get after it, embrace that idea. However, for me personally, I think that 3-1 2016 Magic has absolutely nothing to do with this Cavs team. Okay, this has me fired up in all the wrong ways. That's my first thing. Those two teams aren't connected. You heard Darius Garland. This group has been through their own stuff. He said they've been through adversity together. They may have gone through it. I wouldn't say they've come out the other side of it, to be honest. I mean, maybe if you want to say Garland's injuries or some trades or whatever, sure. But this is a different group. I'll say the same. When you say, well, in 2016 we did it, I'll give you the easy one that other fan bases throw at you for the 3-1. LeBron James and Kyrie Irving aren't walking through that door. Donovan Mitchell's injured. Once again, may I add, towards the end of the playoffs, we're not even in the Eastern Conference Finals, and Donovan Mitchell may finish his season on the bench, hurt. Darius Garland has been hurt now for about a month. It has definitely not gotten better in any sort of way. So that's where it sits with me for the 3-1 thing. I also want to acknowledge another issue with a possible comeback. A lot of people keep noting with the Cavaliers, well, you got 2 at home and 1 on the road, so really all you got to do is win that game 6, and you're good. Well, that gives an energy like those home wins are guaranteed. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in Game 5, and the Cavaliers have not won a home game in this series. You have zero reason to infer that they will just lock down and win because they are at home. They haven't done it yet. I've heard that multiple times. Well, they got 2 at home, and they just got to win Game 6. Why are you inferring they're going to win their home games? Haven't done that yet. That Heat series has given us no evidence of what they are, and we're now facing Indiana with one we didn't know what hit us game and one blew it at home game. Now you walk into Game 5. I like the idea of getting fired up. I think it helps the team. I think it gives them energy, especially if this series keeps going. And as I said, I would love for it to keep going. I'm not a buy-in guy on the 3-1 situation. You can drop down into the comments. Do you get excited thinking of the 3-1, the history of it, the Cavs comeback? Do you believe that's what they're headed for? Or are you more on the side of, hey, we got to take this one game at a time. I got to see how they're playing. I got to see how healthy they look. So on and so forth. As the Cavs get ready to try and keep their season alive against the Indiana Pacers, we'll have everything you need to know and recaps here on Cavs Digest.